What's up, True Team? So, have y'all ever wondered, like, what in particular made the feds go after people involved in the FBG Ducks murder case, right? Like, what made it different? A lot of chatter throughout the internet was because of where it happened at. And if you don't recall, it happened in a nice area, right? And to the point they're even comparing it to the murder of Lil Pab. Now, would you be surprised if I told you the feds were already coming to town? Yeah. Now, I know. I definitely have said the feds is always in town. I mean, you literally have a federal field office in most cities, especially major cities. However, I really mean, what if they were already en route to town and the murder of FBG Duck deterred their original plan? Let's talk about Operation Legend.
We had Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
So during the testimony of FBI agent Prosco, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's Prostko. Okay. And he has some interesting insight to provide. Okay. If you go down to page 4,932 and you go down to line 21, okay, it says, did you ever work in FBI Chicago? The answer, I did. I was temporarily assigned to the Chicago field office for approximately 2 months in 2020 and then another week or two in 2021. Question: what was the nature of your temporary assignment in August 2020? Now, let's just pause real quick. That's a very precise month and year because that is the month and year of the FBG Ducks murder. So hearing that, you will be like, yeah, they came in town to solve that case because it happened again in a nice area, the Gold Coast, right? We heard it all over the news.
Cheryl, tonight, friends say it was a Chicago rapper who was gunned down here on one of Chicago's ritziest streets. They say 2 other people were also shot when 4 gunmen, witnesses say, jumped out of cars and fired from just a few feet away. A street known for Chicago's most expensive shopping today turned into a crime scene, rattled by gunfire and littered with bullet casings.
I was standing here and saw people running in every direction, trying to look for cover.
With good reason. Police say 3 people were out shopping along Oak Street late this afternoon. 2 men, they say, were standing on the sidewalk near the Dolce & Gabbana store, just a few steps from Michigan Avenue.
2 vehicles pulled up. 4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing at the individuals that were on the sidewalk outside of one of the stores here.
Shoppers and residents scrambled as 2 men dropped to the ground from the stream of bullets.
On the video, you can hear, I try to count them. I counted about 17 shots.
I was standing where we're standing now and heard what I thought was a machine gun. And then a black car speeding down Oak Street going west.
Friends say one of those bullets killed the polarizing Chicago rapper known as FBG Duck.
Now, listen to this answer though, okay? The answer says, so I was told by my boss, hey, we're sending a couple agents to be temporarily stationed in Chicago to help with Operation Legend, which was where someone in the government told the DOJ to flex agents to cities with high crimes. So, whether or not this murder in the Gold Coast happened, agents was coming to Chicago anyway, part of their operation to, I guess, combat the crime. And coincidentally and unfortunately and sadly, a murder took place. Now, let's continue down the transcript. The question now, and we're on page 4,933, is did something happen when you got to Chicago that pulled you away from that role? Answer, yes. Well, not necessarily pulled me away, but we were given a case to potentially work when we got here. And several days after getting here, we went into the Chicago PD office and they said, hey, we're not working that older case. We've got a brand new murder that just happened that we'd like your help with. Now, when I say the tables had to align, the stars, not the tables, the stars had to align for that to just work out that way. Now, what was the older case that was going to be worked by the FBI? I don't know. Let's continue. The question, what was that murder of Carlton Weekly? Answer, that was. Question, was the investigation into the murder of Carlton Weekly your primary responsibility for the time that you were in Chicago? Answer, yes, it was. Question, after you left Chicago, was your primary responsibility other cases? Answer, after I left Chicago, I went back to working my normal caseload on the Indian reservation. So, with that being said, now, in a court of law, Oblock 6 has been convicted, found guilty by a jury of committing this crime. Okay. They are fighting post motions and ultimately probably appeals to try to overturn that based on what took place at trial. But let's not think of it in the court stance for a second, right? The feds was closing in on Chicago. It doesn't specify what older case it was for or whatnot. Now, for sure, one of the informants that we know for sure came into play, the YouTuber, when FBG died. The other informant came into play after the murder of FBG Duck. So, at the time that Operation Legend was gearing up in Chicago, I wonder who the focus was. Did Oblock put themselves in the limelight by, in the court of law, doing this murders, this heinous crime? Could someone else had been a target all along, and by pushing themselves into the spotlight with this sloppy crime, whoever actually did it, whether it was them or somebody else, just did a ripple effect. Now, and I want to say this too, Operation Legend was prior to the Stephon Mack case, prior to D-Thing being murdered, all of that, prior to Lil Pab's murder. So, if we think about it, prior to FBG Duck's murder, I want y'all unwanted opinions. Who or what, for those that frequent the Chicago sector, would have been the center point for Operation Legend? And they said it's an older case. Now, I have no idea. But it's intriguing to even think, like, damn, they was coming in town for something totally different. Now, we don't know who was the players involved, but it seemed like by making this decision, the spotlight shifted. But y'all let me know y'all unwanted opinion, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck you.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast. This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream. Holla! I
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.